Hello, I'm Steve Hermitage, and in this video we're going to look at some creative tabletop photography, in particular lighting a silhouette. Now, I've had a good old go through my children's bedroom cupboards and I've found their toy box full of these toy dinosaurs, and that's going to be the subject for this shot. I've taken some basil out of the kitchen. I hope my wife doesn't mind. In fact, I'm going to destroy the tabletop setup now and just walk you through the setup. So some basil, let's put that over there. Some sage from the garden that's been held together with this little clamp. So let's just get rid of that. A dinosaur, okay. A flying dinosaur. You'll see that one in just a moment. Some stones. Some old bits of moss, and more importantly, two bits of cardboard, one black, one white, a Canon speedlight and a camera. Okay, so let me walk you through the settings then. So on my Canon speedlight, I've taken the speedlight off camera, and the way I've done that is just to link it with this really inexpensive off-camera flash cord, and you can pick those up for about 30 quid, I think they are. So I've linked the Canon speedlight, the flash unit, to the camera, and on the speedlight that's set to manual at 1/16 of a power, because these speedlights throw out a fair amount of light. Now, it's 1/16 of a power, it's all on manual settings, and the important bit here is the zoom setting on the Canon speedlight. Now, the zoom setting is at 105mm. Now, at 105mm, that puts a nice fine spot of light onto the background. Now, in that particular case, where the spot of light hits the background, that's going to be really bright. It'll then get darker as it moves out. And that gives me the impression of a spot of light in the corner, which will be like, if you like, the sun or whatever. And I'm using this red gel to give it sort of like a sunsetty type feel to the image. So I've just blue tacked that onto the Canon speedlight. So that's a manual, 1/16 of a power and 105mm on the zoom setting. You can go all the way back, and the smaller the number on the zoom setting, the wider the light, and then you don't get that spot of bright light in the corner. So 105mm gives you the spot of light, and that's a real important trick to this shot. On the camera, well, this is just my old Canon 350D. It's got the kit lens on it, and I'm at around 35mm. And if you look, the camera is positioned all the way down, so I'm shooting kind of level with the dinosaurs. Now, what do I got in terms of camera settings? I'm at 1/200th of a second on the shutter speed, and I'm at f10 on the aperture, and the camera is set to manual, and you can play around with those settings. It's the combination of and it's ISO 100. So it's the combination of those settings here and the amount of light from the speedlight that actually gives you then the exposure that you see in the image. And you can just play around. That's the beauty of digital photography. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake, you just change a setting. And it's really nice to go manual on both the camera and on the speedlight. And when you do that, you learn an awful lot about photography. So there we go. I've now destroyed the setup. I did have another trick, and that I think is for this, I think it's pterodactyl, flying into the shot. And I was wondering how I might actually hold the pterodactyl to get him sort of suspended in midair. It's really simple to do that. You just hold the edge of his wing and kind of float him in. You'd be like a contortionist when I actually took the shot. Anyway, here's the final image. It's been taken into Photoshop, just tweaked slightly. Good luck with your tabletop photography.